Welcome to another episode of City of Rats. It's your boy Kunal. It's your boy Dennis. It's your boy Bruce.
Hey. That was Bruce, everybody.
Bruce. That's
Hey. I'm dead inside.
That's you projecting now.
It's me channeling
myself
through Bruce.
Yeah, don't put this on him.
What's up, everybody?
His cush.
How are we today?
Dude, we're chilling, man.
Yeah.
We are. Can we? I just want to jump right into.
Jump right in.
Do you want to jump? You know what?
Dive right in.
Let's. A couple things bothering me.
You don't say. You bothered?
Yeah. My girl's been getting up at like 4 in the morning.
Okay.
Because a phone alarm is going off in our building, and I can't hear where it's coming from.
Oh, your walls are that thin that I get. Well, also you kind of live in a quiet part of Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So like someone's phone going off at 4 a.m., you can hear that.
Yes.
Do you know which apartment it is?
That's where the investigation begins.
Do you think it's the kids from last week who are slamming the door?
I don't know. I'm just trying to kind of figure it out and trying to, I went upstairs to knock on the guy's door.
At 4 a.m.?
No.
Okay.
I mean, and for even the whole approach of me going there, I like thought about it meticulously.
What do you mean?
I go, how do you want to come off?
Yeah.
So I put on black boots.
Oh, I thought you should have gone in like pajamas with a sleepy time hat and a candle. Excuse me, is your alarm going
Your
off?
boy didn't want to come off weak, though. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even know you had a pair of black boots.
Yeah, they're black.
I had to go out and buy them.
Yeah,
to talk to my neighbor.
I'm gonna tell you right now, this whole endeavor's cost $300. So I put on. It's like these black boot sneakers, right?
You couldn't even fully commit to boots?
I couldn't. I don't have time like that.
Are you a native New Yorker without a pair of Timberlands to your name?
Do you have Timberlands?
I wear them every day. Those brown boots are Timberlands. You piece of shit.
Are they?
You try to catch me?
I'm gonna tell you right now. I tried to stunt. You stunted back.
I got Timbs, dude.
Okay,
I wear Timbs constantly. The only time I don't wear Timbs is when I'm working in a butcher shop. You don't wear your Timbs in the butcher shop.
How many flat brimmed hats do you own?
None. Zero.
Okay, there you go.
I don't do the Yankee hat thing.
Yeah, all right.
That's
Well,
like wearing Walmart on your head, in my opinion.
That is not the case at all.
Yes, it is.
No, it's
yes,
not.
It is.
It's not.
I always say rooting for the. I don't like baseball's the most boring sport in the world.
I don't like it either.
We're not big sports guys.
We're not big sports guys, but it says New York on the hat.
It says New York on the hat, and it's more than just the baseball team at this point. I don't judge people who wear Yankees hats, but it's not one of the things I'm going to partake in.
Okay.
Because rooting for the Yankees is like rooting for Walmart. It's a giant corporation. They don't give a shit about you.
But I'm not rooting for the Yankees. I don't care.
I know you don't care. It's like the only sports team you could wear without being like, who's the pitcher for the Yankees? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it's like what Jay-Z said, I made the Yankee hat more popular than a Yankee can.
Is that who did it, you think?
Yeah,
Jay-Z went?
Yeah,
really?
100%. Yeah, he'd always wear the low, hit it low, flat-brimmed. It was phenomenal.
50 Cent said that he bought vitamin water and sold it for $2. I couldn't remember the lyrics. Something like that. 50 Cent said some shit, too. I don't know if you knew
that. He bought quarter water and sold it for $2.
That's what it was.
Yeah, he bought,
What the fuck?
And then Coca-Cola came and bought it for billions. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I don't really listen to 50 Cent
It's
either.
totally okay. I'm reading his book. That's what.
Are you reading 50 Cent's book? Oh, you were the one who was telling me how great a businessman he is.
I'm going to tell you right now, it's a great book.
Yeah.
Hustle harder, hustle smarter. Very stellar.
Even the book title rhymes?
Even the book, yeah.
The title is bars?
Yeah, the title is bars. The guy's made $500 million in TV shows.
Yeah.
And that's not his first.
$500 million in TV shows?
Yeah, like
what TV shows does he do? Or
Power on Stars.
I don't know. I don't know black TV.
Fine.
I'll be the first one to say
though.
you heard it here first.
He doesn't like to. He in the book he says I don't consider Stars a black TV show because it's not. One of the main characters is white. There's a lot of people that are white.
Wait, the name of the show is Stars?
The name of the show is called Power, actually.
It's Power. That's what I was going to say.
Power is on Stars.
Is on Stars.
He got paid essentially $17K an episode for the first season.
Really?
And this is a guy who's at that point had made $30 million.
And what is he doing? The lights on set? What the fuck did he do?
Dude, he took such a, and he talks about in the book. He goes, I took such a big cut on stuff. I could have made the entire season's worth of money in like maybe a month worth of touring. And then he said, let me just make this show because I know it's a good show. And then he did that. And then the next time around, they gave him like a multi-show deal worth like $150 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's a book worth reading, right?
Okay.
So anyway, getting back to it. I don't even know where. Oh, so the alarms.
The alarms.
Yeah.
So wait, are they also not? Because if an alarm goes off at 4 a.m. and you can hear it, that's annoying. But if it stops after 20 seconds and they get up and start their day.
No problem.
No problem. It's just going?
30 minutes.
You're lying.
I kid you not.
30 minutes?
30 minutes.
What kind of alarm is it? Like, is it a classic?
Yeah, it cuts through.
Piercing.
Cuts through everything.
Right.
And where it's just like, I'm wondering where this is coming from. And I've got my fears now. I just don't want it to
You got your fears.
I don't want it to be the next door neighbor. I don't want to get into that again. I don't want to deal with all that bullshit.
Have you had it out with the neighbor?
I had, and it's just like, now we're cool. Everyone's fine. But I just hope it's not that situation.
And do you know the layouts of the other apartments? Like, is your bedroom adjacent to theirs?
I went upstairs. Black shoes, black jeans.
Snuck in after they left.
Hoodie. Hoodie.
You're like the guy who comes and kills the comedian in Watchmen.
Good.
Have you not seen that?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
but I'm happy.
The listeners know.
Yeah, sure they do.
It's a very popular franchise. All right,
so
you go up there dressed like a burglar for some reason because you want to set an impression.
I want to red hoodie.
Set the tone.
Red hoodie.
Red hoodie. Oh.
Yeah. No glasses.
Contacts.
Contacts.
Or just blurs.
Yeah.
You're nothing to me.
Yeah, I don't know who you think you are. Because
brought your friends in, huh?
Yeah. I'm now facing the other direction, and I'm just air punching.
Yeah. You're making all the noises.
Right. Yeah. Pow.
Why'd you dress a certain way to go up there? I don't understand.
Because I wanted to portray a sense of intimidation. I know.
I mean, you're a big man that you can put that out in the open. Where it's like I wanted to dress I don't think I've ever dressed for intimidation in my life.
Oh, I've dressed for intimidation plenty of times.
One time I dressed for intimidation. I was living in Bushwick at the time. I'll try to make this brief because I want to hear what you did to these poor people who have to wake up at 4 a.m. for work.
Right.
Probably some single mom. You're like, hey, lady.
Yeah. You you can't keep a man, but you keep that alarm ringing.
You make it mad personal. I called the IRS. I saw how much money you made last year.
Yeah.
Hooking.
Yeah, I keep the heads ringing.
I was living in Bushwick, and I had a backyard that I shared with a couple of other apartments, and I put a little outdoor fireplace back there. It was beautiful. You remember? Yeah,
I loved it.
It was nice.
Yeah.
One morning I woke up, and there was some laborers in my backyard taking the cinder blocks because they were doing a job 2 doors down.
Yeah.
But the building was owned by the same management company.
Sure.
So they probably thought whatever's on one property is fine for the other one.
Absolutely.
And they didn't realize that Dennis Rooney,
your boy.
You know what the look was? The look was, I feel like this movie comes up too much on this podcast, but in American History X.
Dude, when you said this movie comes up too much
Did you know already?
It was 2 options. It was American History X or Four Brothers.
Four Brothers. Yeah.
I was like, what? At what point is he going to give me a Four Brothers reference?
Nah, American History X is way out
That's
in
your
front.
go-to for you. But mine is Four Brothers. I thought you were going to come out like Mark Wahlberg when he walks onto the ice. And
my name is Dennis Rooney.
No. That's the basketball court. Oh. When he goes to fight Victor Sweet.
I don't remember that part. What did he do?
That's the last scene when he walks onto Lake Erie.
On the ice, right?
Yeah, and he fights a man on ice, and pays off his goons and throws the man in the water to freeze to death.
Nice.
Yeah. So go on.
So the look I had was a guy who only wears boots but just woke up.
Yeah.
So I threw on like basketball shorts and then put on my boots and didn't lace them up and just started running outside.
Right.
And I just walked over to him. I remember what they were doing. They were building a stoop and they were just using it as filler. And I just started grabbing. I didn't even say anything to him, I don't think. I just started grabbing my stones and bringing them back, my cinder blocks.
And what'd they say?
They were mad confused.
They
didn't say shit, though. They were like, oh, sorry. Oh, we didn't know. We didn't know. I'm like, there's a fireplace. There's a fire pit, a beautifully constructed fire pit that you took apart.
There's a homeless guy sitting at the fire pit.
Yeah, right?
They're taking it away. He's upset.
Hobo Jim. He eats there. He makes his beans at night. He can't fucking, what are we going to do?
He's holding the pot, no fire underneath.
He's still doing it, just muscle reaction. Yeah, muscle memory.
Yeah.
And I took pictures of it then. I got real Kunal about it. Sent multiple emails to people. Like, you think you could just steal my property?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You got to let them know from time to time.
Right. So
So
that's the only time I've ever dressed for intimidation where I was like, let me put on my boots and go running outside.
I came prepped for intimidation, and I'll tell you the second time. But so I go upstairs. I tell the guy, hey, man, do you wake up at like 4 a.m? And he looks at me and goes,
wait, that's how he answers them. He's like, hello, can I help you?
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, man, do you wake up at 4 a.m?
I live downstairs,
Okay.
and I go, I'm just curious, do you wake up at 4 a.m? because I've been hearing an alarm going off. And he goes, what? No, I get up at like 7.
He's like, I was sleeping right now, actually.
He's holding the phone. It's ringing.
Yeah, he opens the door and it's just behind him.
And he goes, no, what are you talking about?
I don't know.
So, he goes, I don't. And I go, yeah, I've been hearing an alarm like every day of the week. And he's like, at 4 a.m? And I go, yeah. He goes, that's insane. And I go, yeah, I know. It's crazy. And he goes, yeah, man.
Did you ask him? You're like, you don't hear it?
I asked him, I was like, do you hear anything? He goes, no, I don't. And I go, okay, all right. And we were just like, and then we chatted. I was like, yeah, my name's Kunal. I live downstairs. He goes, hey, how's it going? And we just chatted for a little bit. Yeah. He's a nice guy. He's like, yeah, man, I would lose my mind. I totally get it. But
did he plug the pod?
He told me he
always be plugging the pod.
He told me he listens from the
he
listens from the next door. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
love that racism.
Yeah. He goes, you guys keep bringing up American History X.
Yes,
I've never seen it.
Just watch the movie already.
So he's showing me a signed copy of Four Brothers. More references to this. Yeah. So the only time I've ever really intimidated, like come in for some real intimidation, I was in college. I don't know if I ever told you this story about the cab driver who was hitting on my girl at the time.
What?
Yeah.
In front of you?
No. So there's like...
Wait, there's a cabbie out trying to bag up your girl?
Yo, dude, this is a cab driver. This is like... So the girl that I was dating, she went to a different college. Uh-huh. And she would...
Sure she did. That's what you told everybody?
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm just taking the bus from town to town like a sad hobo. Yeah. So he went to a different college, and I'd go to the train station. I'd get to the train, take a train there, and then you'd have to take a cab from the train station. It's like a half-hour cab ride. Yeah.
Really like this girl, huh?
Dude, yeah, I thought she was the one.
Really?
Yeah. So...
Till she left you for a cabbie?
Yeah, she's fucking an old guy named Paul. Yeah. So she tells me, it's like this cab driver, like he was hitting on me. It was like really uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. And the guy's name was Mike. And I go, yeah. She's like, yeah, I just felt it was like, and I was like, what, did you say anything? She's like, no, I tried to keep quiet. And he just kept trying to talk to me and ask me if I wanted to hang out. And he's like, there's only like 3 cab drivers in that entire area.
Right.
So it's like you know what I mean? The chances of me getting it are 1 out of 3, not hard.
Yeah.
So then I take a cab out to where to hang out with her. She tells me all this shit. And I go, all right, that's cool. And then on the way back to the train station, I call the cab company up and I go,
send me Mike.
Yeah.
Give me Mike.
I go, hey, quick question. I need a ride from, this college to the train station. He goes, yeah, they're like, I had Mike last time. If you could please provide him. He's such a great driver.
He did it like that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
This way I make it think it's a good thing?
Exactly, of course. And then they're like, oh yeah, Mike's free right now. And I go, perfect. Can't wait.
Yeah.
I have like an apple with me. And I'm just like kind of waiting. I'm just
no more threatening fruit than an apple.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
You're throwing it up and down like that?
Yeah, I'm throwing it up and down. I'm catching it. I'm
like
doing
you're
the
about
rub.
to break out into a musical.
Doing the rub. The man in the cab is trying to fuck my girl. What in the world?
What in the world?
So he picks me up. And he's like, oh, yeah, do you go to that college? I go, no, I don't. My girlfriend goes, oh, really? He's like, yeah.
He's like, I saw the hottest piece of ass the other day, got in my car.
She wanted to fuck me. He starts describing her. He's like, what? Now I'm crying. And he's like, you going to eat that apple?
Dude, he bullies you out of your fruit.
And he's like, hey, bitch. And
fruit don't eat fruit. Give me that.
Yeah. He snatches it from me.
Slaps you in the face lightly.
Yeah, you'll be all right. I'm just sitting there sobbing in the back.
It ain't the first girl I taken. It ain't the last. I tell you that.
That's how Mike does it around here. Yeah. What, you're trying to sing a musical when you walked in? Bitch.
I know you don't want to hear this, but I kept the meter running.
So... he's telling me, he's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, my girlfriend goes, like, oh, yeah. And I was like, how long you been a cab driver, Mike? He goes, like 15, 20 years. And I go, yeah, probably get a lot of these students. He goes, yeah, I do.
You ever fuck one of them, Mike?
And I go, probably a lot of pretty girls. He's like, yeah, there are a couple. All right.
Is he getting like suspicious at all?
No, he's just like,
to me, you're acting very unnatural, but he doesn't know you.
He keeps looking in the rear view.
He's like, maybe this guy always talks like a detective.
Right. Then,
trying to crack a case?
Then I take out a knife.
No, you didn't.
I swear to God.
You took out a knife. How old are you at the time? 22?
I'm like 20.
You loser.
I took out a knife.
This cabbie would have fucked you up, dude.
I start cutting the apple.
Oh, my God.
With the knife. and I start eating the apple off the knife.
But it's a bumpy road, so I gashed my face wide open.
My lips are all cut up.
Buddy, if you bleed on the seat back there, it's going to be an extra $250.
Yeah.
There's a cleanup fee.
Yeah. I'm using chapstick too.
Let me get some of that bloody apple.
It's a Granny Smith covered in blood. So
He's just throwing back old newspaper for you.
Yeah.
Clean that up, would you? You're stuffing your mouth with newspaper.
So I start cutting the apple and I start eating it off the knife.
Uh-huh. He's just watching you in the rear view. You're a real freak show, huh? You're a real fucking weirdo, huh?
Tell me where you want me to put the knife, Mike.
Yeah.
It becomes like a sexual game. Hey, buddy, you want to sit on the knife? I will.
I'll sit on that knife.
I'll sit on that knife.
Yeah.
So he goes, so now he's like looking back and he goes, I really eating that apple. And I go, yeah. I start eating the apple slowly, cutting it up, man.
Yeah.
And I go, yeah, man, I'm sure some of these girls might take it a certain way. You just hitting on them on this long, dark road.
He's like, you're getting me pretty worked up here.
I lean forward, he's jerking off.
He's like, yeah, I do. They take it a certain way.
Yeah, once you said long and dark, I know what you meant.
He's just stroking away. Like, tell me what else they think.
Right. He's like riding on the the ridges.
Yeah.
This is what gets me excited. Yeah, no, dude.
Yeah, there's some pretty girls, a lot of pretty boys too. Looking at you.
Yeah.
You're the apple of my eye. What'd you say your name was? Kunal? I like that.
I tuck and roll out the
Get me out of here.
Yeah. The knife ends up in my leg.
He just calls back to the yeah, another one jumped out.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. So, yeah, no, I ate the apple slowly with the knife, and I kept...
Was that always the plan? Like, I'm going to bring the apple?
Yes, yeah,
I'm going to eat the apple in a threatening way?
That was the game plan.
Did you try out different fruit? Did you look in the mirror with a banana, slowly unpeeling it? Like, so Mike, banana, much like an erect penis.
I'm putting a condom on the banana. You know, health of I can't even finish the sentences because I'm choking on
The pear, Mike, the sexiest of all the fruit. Look at that.
I'm chopping a pineapple. I'm skinning a pineapple piece by piece. Ever slice a mango? You know, it's getting juicy back there.
You just get in the car with a brown bag. You just take it out more and more. You're like a watermelon, the heaviest of all the fruit. Some say big enough to crush a man's head.
I'm wearing a fruit hat.
No. You're wearing the dress of the banana woman with the calypso hat. The Chiquita woman.
Banana woman.
You're just picking fruit off your head, throwing it at him. Yeah.
I'm eating grapes. I'm trying to cut the grapes. I'm cutting my thumb.
You know, blueberries would stain these seats pretty bad, Mike. If one were to press them into the seat.
Yeah.
A smoothie, Mike. Many fruits blended together to form one powerful force.
I have a blender. Can I plug this in? I'm reaching over.
You got a USB adapter for it?
Yeah. What do you want?
Where'd you say you were going, kid? The fruit market, Mike. The fruit market, dude.
Obviously, I'm running out.
Dude.
Yeah.
So, you ever eat any vegetables? Not my thing, Mike. Not my thing.
You know what? I'm going to have to report that. That's where I draw the line. So I ate the apple in a menacing way.
Yeah. Did you leave the core when you got out?
I did.
Send a message?
I did. I left it in the little ashtray thing.
That's probably the most respectful place to leave it.
It is pretty respectful.
By the end of the ride, you're like, he's a nice guy. He's lonely.
Yeah, that's the way I took it. I was like, the guy's sad. Who gives a shit?
That's how we met. My name was Mike back then.
This is how City of Rats began.
Yeah. Your girl was hot.
Yeah,
she was definitely. I thought she was into it when I was flirting her from the front. Honestly, yeah, she was eating grapes, throwing them in the air, catching them in her mouth. I'm like, this girl wants to fuck.
She catches both, but she throws 2 bananas and catches them in her mouth. So that we'll figure it out. We'll figure out where it's coming from in terms of the noise.
No, you won't.
No, we won't.
What are you gonna do?
I mean,
it's a new thing. It's only happened recently, though.
The past 5 nights.
That is weird though, because if it was like, all right, someone's starting a new job now, they're waking up early.
I don't know what the thing is.
They'd get up, you know.
I get it. I understand that, but like half an hour is too long.
And when you're asleep like that, I mean, it's no secret on this podcast that I live in your mother's basement. Mm-hmm. It's not an innuendo.
No. Nobody took it as one.
Nobody thought it was. Yeah. But I've had times where, like, early in the morning, like 5, 6 a.m., there's some weird noise that I don't know what's going on, what that woman's doing up there.
Who knows? And
it sounds violent. And I'm like, she could be getting attacked.
Right.
And I'm like, well, at this point, she's probably already pretty banged up. I just, like, you'll come up with any excuse not to get out of bed.
Of course.
To, like, you know what I mean? You have to be really afraid for your life to actually get out of bed.
Where my mom lives, it's a safe neighborhood.
Yeah, so but the block is, ever since I moved to the block, it's gone to hell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Tumbleweeds.
Yeah. Tumbleweeds going.
When I walk to my car.
Right. There's like freestanding saloon doors. It just doesn't go anywhere.
I make a really honest effort, actually, to always wave at the old Indian woman on the block. Mm-hmm. And there's only 2 reactions I ever get.
Right.
One is like a double take, and then a very enthusiastic, like, "Oh, that's nice," like a young white man, and I don't know him, but I see him around. That's nice.
Yeah.
And the other thing is the double take and total indifference.
Yeah.
Just staring at me like, "What are you?"
One time we stayed at my mom's place, Dina and I, for like a few days, just to kind of get change of scenery.
Yeah.
And she would work at the dining room table, which faces the street. Mm-hmm. And she would just like around 4 p.m. mad Indians are walking by.
Yeah, you guys love a good walk.
They love staring in the window.
Yeah, like she's a white woman at the zoo.
Yeah, it's just like they look in and they would just stand there, and Dina would be like, sometimes we'd be hanging out and it's like 3:40 and she's like, I got to get back to work. And it's just like, also it's staring hour.
Yeah.
And she would just be watched for like a good while. She hated it.
She looks up from her laptop. There's just 3 old Indian people staring at her at the window, like right up against it like this, with their hands covering.
Their head banging against the glass.
They just have like oats in their hands. They're trying to figure out
what she likes.
Yeah. They're making noise there.
Right. I got turmeric. I know you like them.
Come here, little girl.
They're waving yoga mats.
Yeah.
Speaking of zombies, can we talk Last of Us?
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
And listen, I think we're going to be talking about this show a little bit, probably every week.
Absolutely.
Till it's over. So spoiler alert.
Yeah.
And if you don't watch it, go watch it. If you like good TV.
Yeah. So, I've watched a lot of zombie flicks. Mm-hmm. And I didn't think this was that in the beginning. I didn't know what it was because I didn't play the video game.
Right. You know it's some sort of end of the world type thing.
I knew it was an end of the world situation, but I didn't know exactly what it was. And, the first episode was kind of like everyone says it's a lot of setup, and I understand that. It is a lot of setup. But I really liked the guy's daughter so much that I was like, oh, this is great.
Yes.
And then she gets killed.
Right.
So then I'm like, oh, man, and now I got this flat-faced bitch who I got to look at.
Whoa. You talking about Bella Ramsey?
Yeah.
She doesn't have a flat face.
Yeah.
It's almost concave.
It is, right.
Yeah. You could put her face under your car when you change your oil.
Right.
That was mean. I like her. I like her, but I saw an opening.
That was good. Dude, it's like her face is concave, like, like your rear view. And
I got Bella Ramsey's face on my counter. I throw my car keys in when I come in the door. I'm sorry. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I use it to dim the rear view lights of people shining it in my car.
What do you mean?
When you hit that, when you push the thing on your rear view mirror and it flattens the...
Oh, my God. That's what that's for?
Yeah, it's called Bella Ramsey's face.
You just slap her in the face?
Yeah, and
Bella
Yeah, she flattens. And if she got hit in the back of the head, maybe it'd straighten her out.
That's That's what she needs is like a good clap in the back of the head, and her whole face just
pops out.
Open. Bella Ramsey. So you're not a fan.
I mean,
you watched Game of Thrones, right?
Who was she in that show?
You don't remember?
No.
She was the young girl who was in charge of her whole province. They go to her towards the end of the series for some help, and she's like, she was dope.
Yes.
People loved her on that. And then the next season, they gave her a bigger role.
Yes. Yes.
She was good in that.
She was great.
Yeah. But she had medieval face.
Yeah.
Now it's end of the world
I'm
face.
going to tell you right now, she has huge medieval face.
Medieval face?
Yeah, dude. She's got like, feudal era face.
Yeah.
Feudal
She's got
face.
Indentured servant face.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Masonry face.
She looks like you should take a plunger to her face and just pull it out until you hear a pop.
Yeah. It's like fixing a dent in a car.
Yes. Yeah, you pour hot water over her face first.
It pops out.
It's so mean. I don't like being mean.
Yeah.
But sometimes mean is pretty funny.
Yeah, it's like, when you see like a basketball and it's got that deflation.
Yeah, a basketball that hasn't been used in 10 years and it's just
Absolutely.
halfway deflated.
100%. Yeah.
Or a soccer ball, volleyball, really any ball.
100%. Bowl of fruit face.
Her face looks like the cushion that I sit on my couch every night.
Yeah,
you sit on the one spot.
Gets in there.
Yeah, I've tried to sit in other spots to level it out.
Flip her face over the other way, and then it might pop back out. I bet the back of her head just juts out heavily.
There's a second face on the back of her head covered by hair, like in Harry Potter.
Right.
She's just constantly telling her to shut up.
If you punch that face, her face gets back to good. So, that's
looks
horrible.
like if you gave her mouth to mouth, her face would pop up first.
Yeah.
You gotta hold her nostrils closed, though.
You gotta give her the Heimlich maneuver to get her face back out.
Yeah. Every time she goes out to eat, someone grabs her from behind and starts trying to Heimlich. She's like, "This is just my face.
I'm not choking."
I think she's great.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah,
I do like her
absolutely
a lot in this show.
But she's like, since the other character, like, there's like an endearingness to her, right? And before she got killed,
didn't you? Well, I don't know if you watched any previews or trailers for it, but I knew something bad had to happen to the first little girl we see, because I'm like, this ain't the.
I didn't see nothing.
This ain't flat faced bitch.
I didn't see nothing.
Okay.
I didn't see nothing. Didn't know nothing.
So you got real attached to that little Puerto Rican girl.
Yeah. She got, and I go, okay. Yeah. And then the second episode, they're kind of like, now he's dealing with this woman.
Yeah.
This girl, and then comes the third, more setup. Basically, you find out that she's got the cure, essentially, to this mushroom disease.
She might be the answer to finding a cure.
Exactly.
Yeah, she's immune to it. It seems.
Right?
She's been exposed. She's not dead or turning into a zombie.
Exactly. So then the third episode comes out for an entire loop. This comes in with the haymaker.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I didn't, because you told me you got to watch the third episode.
Yeah.
And I'm going, if this is more of the same, I'm going to be irritated.
Right.
But then I go, you know what? Rooney don't come out here with no punk bitch opinions.
No.
He comes in heavy.
No punk bitch opinions.
No. He
I don't appreciate the little wink and a nod to the audience. He comes in heavy. You think I ain't going to pick up on that shit? You fucking...
You punch me. I'm
four-eyed motherfucker.
Yeah. I put another pair of glasses.
Yeah.
Six-eyed. So it's... And the whole episode basically follows along a doomsday prepper.
Yeah.
Who meets this guy who's
survivalist. He's quick to correct somebody who calls him that.
Yes, he meets this survivalist who is able to thrive during the end of the world.
Right.
And then meets...
He's been waiting.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, the entire time. Meets this guy who gets caught in one of his traps. Turns out...
Well, he's been alone on his property already for a few years, I believe.
Yeah.
But he's self-sufficient, the whole thing. Yeah, So he meets this guy.
Yeah, and it turns out that they're both men who like men.
Well, I don't know if that's 100% accurate. The guy he finds is clearly gay.
Yeah.
But then when they go to lay down together, when they go to lay together and make love, the one says to the other, he's like, have you done this before? And he's like, a long time ago with a woman.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he was necessarily gay or if now he's just been alone for mad long and he's like, oh, this is a companion.
No. He's not. This isn't prison gay. He's not.
No, it's not prison gay. No. It's end of the world gay.
You think it's end of the world gay?
Yes. This is when you said you wanted to talk about this episode, the biggest thing I was going to ask you was how long in the end of the world till you start considering male companionship.
No.
Look at your face. Steele, you're so defensive. You're like, how do I answer this without coming off as homophobic?
I don't care. I don't care about that part.
I give you 72 hours.
Dude, that's a long weekend. You're telling me if Dina's out of town?
I bet on 9/11 you were out there looking for dick right after.
The world's ending. Let me suck someone off. I'll blow your tower too.
I've never sucked a dick before. Don't let me die without having sucked a dick.
I just want to know what it's like to be free. Yeah, dude, no.
No, I don't think the survivalist was gay
like
necessarily.
No, he was definitely a guy who was gay.
You think he was closeted?
He was
gay?
closeted. Yeah, you think the survivalist community is welcoming to other groups? No, it's the same group of guys. White dudes who are heterosexual males who've managed to ruin every relationship in their life.
Like this guy, heterosexual.
Yeah. No, he's not heterosexual.
Oh, he's not the thing that you just described him as?
He is, but he's a closeted gay man. You know what I mean? So that's how he got into this
I think he might have been closeted gay.
Right.
He might have been bisexual.
Sure.
He might have been straight and had no companionship for years.
This guy, I don't think the lack of companionship was the issue.
Kunal,
yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Okay, here we go.
You're going to do a road gig, right?
Yeah.
You're going to Portland, Oregon. That's a bad example.
Yeah, it's a very bad example.
Everybody gay there.
Yeah.
Just kidding, Portland.
Yeah.
No, let's just say that you wash up on an island,
Sure.
Tom Hanks style, and you're there for like 6 years.
6 years.
You don't see nobody.
Nobody.
And then
Out of nowhere
comes
this
Ewan McGregor,
chiseled man.
Zach Morris from Saved by the Bell.
I mean,
How do you like him? You tell me. Whatever you want, buddy.
What's your flavor, Poppy? I'll bring them all to the island. It turns out I'm on Fire Island.
Pitbull washes ashore. Aviators on somehow. That's the only thing he's got on.
Fresh press suit.
I'm man enough to say that I probably would turn gay if I was I don't know if you call it turn gay, but I'd seeking out any sort of intimacy or companionship after being in that kind of isolation. It probably happens.
I just don't see myself feeling that way. You know?
I don't see it either.
Yeah,
but it probably happens.
But you said I could see myself. I just can't, to me, jerking
Did
off.
I say I could see myself?
Yes.
Can I take it back then? I don't want that getting snipped out and be like...
That's just going to be the audio clip for the week. I could see myself having sex with a man.
I mean, I couldn't
Quote
see myself.
Dennis Rooney.
I couldn't see myself killing another person. But the end of the world comes around.
I can see myself killing another person.
All I'm doing is killing people and banging dudes.
That's all you wanted to do?
I'm coming across guys. I'm like, you trying to fuck?
Yeah.
They're like, no, I'm not gay. I'm like, bam.
Yeah. Looks like you trying to die. I'm going to tell you right now, if your only thing is I'm trying to kill people and fuck men, I feel like after a while I'm trying to fuck dead men.
Also, there are women out there. It's not like I come across a woman, I'm like, oh, yeah. You guys might have survived, too. I didn't even think of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's like, what are you doing? You end up banging the guy a woman brings.
You fucked my husband?
Yeah. I was willing to have sex with you.
Yeah.
He told me I should.
I don't know. But then, okay, for the survivalist in The Last of Us, then why does he say, when he's asked, have you ever done this before, why doesn't he just say, yeah? He says yes a long time ago with a woman.
Because it just, I think that's a story that's common in the gay community, where they've done, they may not have, if they're still closeted.
Right, they tried it.
And it just didn't work. And so they tried to have sex with a woman and it just wasn't right for them.
You're still on the horse with Dina? You're trying to make it work?
Every time.
Every time?
Every time. It's tough.
I hope the end of the world comes so you can come out of that shell.
Yeah.
You go up to the guy, is your alarm ringing?
During the pandemic, when they were banging pots and pans,
yes.
Mine was an SOS for gay men. Beep. So,
all right. So listen.
Yeah,
one way or another.
I think he's not. I don't think he's it's end of the world gay.
He certainly had some gay attributes.
Like what?
Like knowing to pair what wine with a rabbit.
That's crazy. That's not a gay thing. No,
I mean not typically. I'm just saying. I'm saying gay people.
The guy can't pair meat and drinks. What are you offering? We go out to pizza. What are you giving me? A chocolate
hamburger
milk?
and Pepsi?
Yeah, right.
Oh wow, he knew to put a cola with a hamburger.
That's what I'm saying. That's not difficult to pair these things.
I'm saying he was a little highbrow.
He's a little highbrow. Yeah, understandable. But the guy is he's a he's an intellectually rounded individual.
Yeah.
That's not a gay thing. That's
it's definitely gay to be intellectual. I'm dumb as fuck, let me remind you.
And you know what that means.
Yeah.
Straight as a motherfucker.
Unless things go awry.
Yeah.
Gay immediately, apparently. Immediate gayness upon... Yeah. The nuke would still be in the air.
Right,
and I'd be like...
You're putting the cans in your ass?
What the fuck? The cans of food, I assume you mean? All right. Is that a fat joke, a gay joke? Who's to decide?
Who knows?
Who's to decide?
Yeah. So the point is, I don't.
You cried.
Well,
did you?
Hold on.
All right.
So they now in the beginning when they cross paths, you think that one is going to kill the other. That's what I thought, and that isn't the case.
I still thought they were going to kill each other when they were fucking the first time.
I didn't know
until it smash cut to like 3 years later. I was like, oh, and even then I was like, he's in it for the long con.
Yeah. I don't know how you watch TVs.
How I watch TVs? I got 6 of them going.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
All with the same show on.
Yeah, and you're confusing one with the other. Yo, when he kicked that punt, that was wild, dude.
Yo, overtime? You kidding me?
That's insane. So then at one point they get invaded.
Yes.
And Nick Offerman's character, Bill,
the survivalist,
yeah, he gets shot, and you think that he's going to die.
That's the end of it.
Yep. And then they flash another 3 years forward, and the other guy is sick.
Yeah. And now, mind you, this show is about, what's his name? Ellie, the flat-faced woman, girl, and Joel.
Right, 100%.
The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Without his helmet on. That guy's in too many things at this point,
I'm going to tell you right now, that guy is like, what's that dude who played the Archer in the DC movies?
Oh, Jeremy Renner. He's laid up right now.
Yeah. He's like Jeremy Renner.
Yeah.
He's like a Latin.
He's having a Jeremy Renner moment where it's just
Latin
like
Renner.
Yeah, he can't be in everything.
Dude, he is in every show possible.
And they're all good too.
That's the problem.
It's not like he's in dog shit.
That's a problem. He's killing it in every role.
Yeah.
Yeah, my man is out there. So Pedro Pascal.
The show's about them, and we're getting this episode about these guys. And every time you think it's going to wrap up with them, you think, okay, we're going to get back to them.
Yes.
But the whole episode.
Like 90% of it.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then till the end. And then, so the other guy that Bill the Survivalist finds, ends up sick.
The for sure gay, let's
for
call
sure,
him.
Right, the for sure gay. Frank, I guess it might be his real name. So he goes, but then this is the thing, though. He's sick. Is it wrong to assume that when he's sick, did you think it was AIDS?
You're a terrible person.
I'm curious.
You're a terrible... I never once thought there was AIDS.
Because a friend of mine did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe it was AIDS. No, because how would he get it? From what? How do you get AIDS? You have to get it from...
Well, when he said there wasn't a cure before this...
Right, there wasn't a cure beforehand.
Yeah.
I assumed some sort of cancer.
I assumed cancer as well. Because when they said, there's no door-to-door MRI salesman that's coming by, I go, probably cancer. But is it wrong to have assumed... Or it's just maybe telling of our generation?
I don't think it's wrong to assume cancer. I mean, AIDS,
yeah.
I think it's a little childish, honestly.
It is childish.
I think it's a little childish.
It's childish, right?
It's a little lowbrow, even for my taste.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yo, I was like, why does it got to be AIDS?
I can't wait for you to tell me who this was off mic.
I can't, I came off mad woke when I was like, why does it got to be AIDS? Why can't it be cancer?
See, whenever I approach someone with something like that, I also feel like, am I coming off as the woke guy? But it's like, but I'm not the woke guy, so this should be taken very seriously. If I'm saying it,
right,
it must be bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If I'm coming at you and I'm telling you you're being sexist, there's a huge problem.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, because I'm the least kind of person to bring any of that shit to the table.
I'm still not sold that Bill was closeted gay man. I think he was turned gay. By time and solitude.
You're projecting.
I think if a woman came through.
A woman does come through. Tess comes through.
Yeah, but she comes through with Joel.
So what? What do you mean? If he's like such a big...
Well, he's also he's been fucking this guy for like 4 years.
Yeah, but this is the time. He could have been
a woman comes in, he's like, I don't love your penis anymore.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, that shit is... It sticks out way too much.
It was okay for the time, but I'm back to pussy now.
Yeah, this woman got tits, and I kind of want those.
The McRib is back in season, so no more McChicken for me.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's... I don't know.
It's great television.
It is.
And it's nice to... I've said this to you before.
Did you? I cried once that scene opens up with Frank is now sick and dying. That's where I lost it.
I didn't cry.
Yeah.
But I was I was emotional.
Yeah,
I was emotional. And if I did cry, it would be the first. I cry all the time during TV and movies. I don't cry in real life. I save it for films.
Yeah, same.
And then, someone stubs their toe and it just comes out. So, I don't know. Maybe things are going okay for me that I didn't cry during the episode, actually.
You can't judge that way. I think it could be perceived either way. It could be healthy to cry. It could be healthy to not.
I'm telling my therapist is like, did you cry last episode? I'm like, no. She's like, we could skip this week.
Right. she signs you don't cry. She decides to prescribe you medicine. He's fucked up.
Yeah, he's all fucked up, this guy.
So that episode, how do you top... You know what's crazy? Nick Offerman, the guy, Bill, who plays Bill, the survivalist, he turned down the role.
He didn't want it at first.
He didn't want it.
And his wife, who's a very funny actress
Megan
as well.
Mullally.
Yeah.
She was on Will and Grace.
Yeah.
She goes, sorry, buddy, you're going to Canada.
You're going to Canada to do this.
She was like,
Calgary.
That was the quote. Sorry, buddy, you're going to Canada.
Have fun, she said.
And it could not have been a more fitting, proper role. If this dude grabs an Emmy for that shit, I would not be surprised.
Maybe. Kenya, has that happened before?
What do you mean?
Get,
guest appearances?
Yeah. Really?
For on a TV role? Yeah, there's a category.
I didn't realize it was Nick Offerman until a little bit into it. And I had
immediately once they showed his face, I was like, that's...
I had the thought, though, where I was like, Nick Offerman would be great for this.
Yeah.
And then a few minutes in, I was like, it is Nick Offerman.
No. As soon as I saw his face, I go, oh, it's Nick Offerman. Yeah. Oh, this is perfect. This is stellar casting. Yeah. This is exactly how his character from Parks and Rec would end up.
Did you think he had to actually turn gay to do the role?
It's Hollywood.
Good answer.
Yeah. I'll leave it at that.
He's already gay.
Yeah, he eyed out there
in the gay.
Yeah.
What else is going on in the world?
Yeah, I just don't know how they're going to top it, and I'm excited to see that.
I'm excited. Yeah, I want to see where the show goes.
Yes.
Obviously, we're done with Bill and Frank, but
100%.
I'm enjoying Ellie and Joel so far.
Towards the end of that episode, I was like, okay.
Yeah, they're already starting to get the whole, friendship thing going, and it's going to be tough when one of them dies.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Someone's got to die,
Someone's got to go.
Yeah,
Someone's got to go.
Someone's got to die.
All right, Nancy Pelosi and her husband.
Big fan.
This... You want to talk about someone that is, it's not even end of the world and he's gay.
He's just gay?
I think he is.
Nancy Pelosi's husband?
I think so.
Can I just say real
Allegedly.
quick, whenever I think of Nancy Pelosi, I always, in my head, my mind's eye, I don't see Nancy Pelosi.
You just see those tits?
Jesus. Why, does she have a great rack that I'm not aware of?
Dude, it's like bonkers on the internet.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
I have not seen this.
Yeah, it's wild.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I only recently found out that Judge Judy had a fucking dump truck she's dragging around.
She's wearing Depends.
Several pairs.
Yeah.
If we can get Judge Judy's ass and Nancy Pelosi's tits.
Right.
On Hulk Hogan's face. This way I don't have to wait till the end of the world.
Yeah, right.
Get everything. No, whenever I think of her, I don't see Nancy Pelosi. I see the mom from Arrested Development. And that kind of air of just rich out of touchness.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I mean, this is a woman with a $78,000 fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything about her is out of touch. So what happens is some guy breaks into her house.
This is a while ago now.
A while ago, and the body cam footage was recently released. And the police knock on the door. They both answer it, and it's mad awkward.
Yeah.
And then I
bet it is.
The guy's holding a hammer. And David Pelosi is or whatever.
Paul Pelosi.
Yeah, Paul Pelosi is kind of holding the hammer as well, almost. They're both kind of holding it. And then the police go, hey, put down the hammer. And then the guy just starts swinging it at Paul.
Oh, the police were there by the time Paul hit?
Yeah.
Or Dave. The guy's name was David DePape.
Yeah.
DePape.
DePepe.
DePerp is what I call him. But I didn't know that the cops were already there.
Yeah, they came.
That must have been a long conversation.
Yeah.
I really want to hit you with this hammer. I wish you wouldn't. I really want to, though.
Yeah.
They just go back and forth for 20 minutes until the cops get here.
Now, there's they do a pro and con list. Now, tell me why you want to hit me with the hammer.
Well, this is so the footage got released recently, right?
Yes.
And also he did an interview.
Who?
David DePape.
Yeah, on a radio station, I believe.
Called in a radio station.
Yes.
And he said, I just wanted to have a heart-to-heart chat about their bad behavior. Yeah. He's like, these people are ruining democracy. They're taking away our freedoms one by one.
Right.
He's like, and that's all I wanted to do. Their addresses are out there, you know? Which is a dangerous thing to put on the radio to like tell the crazy people, like, hey man, you could use the internet to find where these people live. Don't forget that. You could just show up to their house with a hammer.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Tell me right now.
Now these politicians, bro.
Uh-oh.
You know, it's like...
Are you about to call for revolution? Violent bloody revolution?
I just like, you remember when we watched The Batman?
Yes.
And like...
How could I forget?
You like 75% into the movie, you agree with the Riddler.
I agreed with him a little bit at the end, too.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, like it gets right to the tail end where you're like, oh, wait, once this guy starts hiring people to start shooting people...
and every winter a baby would die.
Yeah.
It's like, that's fucked up.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and I think about all the politicians in our government who are corrupt, who are using it for their gain. Even the ones in New York, for example. Let's bring it back to New York State. Yeah. Like, we had de Blasio comes in after Bloomberg, and during Bloomberg it was fine, things were going well, and there were some fuck ups. Even Bloomberg admitted that.
Okay.
And de Blasio comes in and shit starts to fall to pieces, and it's a real mess. And it's like, what are we doing here? And then instead of going a different direction because of the politics, that's the thing, is the fact that people need to stop going along what the group think is, and just go, who's the person here who can do some shit. You know what I mean? Because they had that guy, the dude who was wearing the red beret that was running for mayor. And he was a maniac. He was like a former Hell's Angels or whatever.
Okay.
Guardian Angel.
All right.
And he had like faked a lot of robberies, and he had like said that he had been robbed by, like, he was like the Jesse Smollett of that era.
Okay.
And at the same time, he might have been doing some good. But then the other option was to hire this black former cop from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And now he turns out to be more of the same bullshit.
Of course.
He's no different than de Blasio.
Yeah.
De Blasio should be, and the fact is, they're going to come in, take their cut, and then be out.
Yeah.
So it's like the question then becomes, what are we doing? How long?
You siding with David DePape?
I'm not siding with David DePape, but I understand.
But I understand.
Yeah, right?
I mean...
You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're both on the same page here, where we look at these people and we go, how do they continue to stay in the office? How do they continue to rob? This woman has gotten insider information. They both have, and they've used it to their advantage.
Yeah.
They both have had insider intel, and they've both used it allegedly, so I can cover my ass. But that's the thing. With all these officials in government, both sides... I'm not a left or right leaning guy. I'm saying both sides do this shit time and time again, and we never get rid of them.
Yeah. There's no...
it's garbage in, garbage out.
There's no justice when they do stuff like that. It's kind of just like... Yeah. And a lot of the times, even if they'll admit to it...
Right.
It's like, all right, 3 months later, it's just back to regular. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
it's not like there's a stain on their reputation.
And the amount of money that they will pay in fines and fees, it's never crippling.
Yeah.
It's never...
And they've already made their nut anyway.
Yeah. And it's just like, this woman is like 80 years old. Who gives a shit?
So you think that David, though, like David said on the interview, he was like, I am sorry.
Right.
He did this. I love this little...
Yeah.
He thought he was slick, but you can tell he's like saying it like a child. This guy was kind of dumb, is my point. But he said, he goes, I am sorry for not being more prepared. Which I don't know what that means. Two hammers?
I don't know.
A hammer and nails? A piece of wood with a nail in the end of it.
A tool belt?
A tool belt? Yeah.
Who knows? I'm not saying attack politicians. I'm just saying that it really kind of, when people are reaching a breaking point where they're like, how am I continuing to live in a world where this continues to happen?
Yeah, listen, I understand what you're saying.
Right.
And if I saw a violent uprising, I'd be tickled by it. Leave it at that.
Everybody, this is the...
Out in the streets.
You can't, whenever you bring up January 6th, everyone loses their mind, right? They always go, these people tried to overthrow the government, what have you. And wrong. I get it. But at the same time, if this had happened on the left side, they would not be painted as bad as they are. We just know that. Because the media controls the left, and they would have painted them as people who had reached enough, or as like a protest.
I don't think the left has the balls to do.
No, they don't. They don't.
You know
they don't.
I mean?
Absolutely, they don't. And they're kept docile probably because of the media.
If they did, they wouldn't be painted as badly. The media would just be like, "Who knew? I didn't know they had it in them."
Yeah, right.
Or they'd be good for you, Spider.
Or you know what? They probably wouldn't even covered it.
Nah, they would have covered it.
Not as much.
People
they
storming the Capitol.
Swept it under the rug as much as humanly possible.
I mean, I feel like it wasn't covered even that much.
Whenever there's violence in protests, they try to cover that shit up too.
Right.
So,
He said, the guy David, he said, furthering the interview, they were like, so what was your plan? Like, what was the plan, basically? And he's like, I was kind of hoping to get her alone and hold her hostage. And I wanted to ask her questions. And he says, he goes, if she was honest with me, I'd let her go scot-free. And they go, what if she wasn't honest? And he goes, I was going to break her kneecaps. And I just think it's hilarious that, like, this guy is like, he says that she's the worst person.
Yeah.
She's stealing democracy. She's ruining the country. She's fucking with Trump. They stole the election. And, like, the punishment for that is the same punishment as owing a mobster, like, $2,000.
Yeah,
I'll break your kneecaps.
That's insane. It's insane behavior. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's a mentally ill man. Like,
yeah, he's crazy.
But it's just like, and it's sort of like when you look at behavior like that, you go, well, the answer is not to do more. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's not to be like, oh, cool. Like when, so I was reading this, there's this article I read today where this woman, she wrote romance novels, and she had faked her death. Okay? And people in the community had, like, they were saddened or whatever, and they feel that that it was because of she committed suicide. That's what they believed happened. Mm-hmm. And then when it emerged that she was actually still alive, now they were upset, and they're trying to press charges, even though she didn't make any money off her death, and there was no, like, sort of fraud. Yeah. And it's just like, yeah, this woman is mentally ill. You see what I'm saying? But you being upset that much says something about you as well. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like you want to be upset about this guy. You want to be upset about the people in the government. Mm-hmm. I'm upset too, but I'm not going to be the kind of person who walks into someone's house and because it's like these people are corrupt individuals, and to break into someone else's house, you're a corrupt individual.
It's nice to have the fantasy, but it's the same fantasy of, like, having road rage and being like, I'm going to get out of my car. I'm not going to fight anybody, but I'm going to get out of my car and just go over and be like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
But the moment you get out of the car, you are the insane person.
You're that person.
Now. Yeah, you're as bad, if not worse. Than that.
And it's just like, that's the thing.
Which even this guy, he probably had that. He probably got to the house, hammer in hand. Mm-hmm. They opened the door, and now he's like a dog chasing a car. He's like, I just want to talk to you about your bad behavior. And they're like, what?
Yeah.
Get the fuck off my property.
Right. And now he's kind of like pot committed in a way.
Yeah.
I don't even think this guy would have broken that guy's knees. Or
no, probably
no, absolutely not. No,
probably not.
No, dude, he was like holding the hammer to Paul Pelosi, and he didn't even hit him before.
It could go either way though, where it's like in for a penny, in for a pound.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Where he's like, well, fuck, I already hit this guy in the head.
Once you hit him in the head, now you got to ask yourself, because once you attack somebody, it's like two directions you go here. Uh-huh. Either you go, I stop now, get arrested because he can ID me.
Yeah.
Or I kill him. And what am I going to do next?
Yeah.
And I think that space is a very difficult place. And that's the difference between a killer and not.
Right.
And you got to decide where do you fall on that? Anyway. Chinese balloons.
Chinese spy balloons.
They're
at it again?
I'm going to tell you right now, I have such little faith in our government that I wouldn't think twice if it's our own spy balloon, and we're using it as a way to go to war with China. Ooh, your boy done said it.
Are you convinced we're going to be at war with China?
I hope to God not.
I remember they said it in The Departed like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
We're going to be at war with China in 12 years, blah, blah, blah. And ever since then, I've been waiting for the war with China because I just took that very seriously.
I don't understand why we got to fight China.
Because they got the numbers.
What does that even mean?
It's a lot of them. You guys are next after them.
Yeah, but what's that mean? You got to fight India?
Yeah. We're coming for you, dude.
They came way too close.
Yeah.
So no, it's just it doesn't make much sense. Even China was like, whoa.
China immediately was like, that's a civilian balloon.
That's not our balloon.
That's a weather balloon.
Yeah, it's not our balloon.
It flew off course.
It's Year of the Rabbit. I don't know. It's not red.
I was just upset when I saw it. Yeah, I was expecting like a dragon. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Flying through the air.
Right.
Just like, oh, this is
dropping
magical.
Fireworks.
Did you see what it looks like?
Yeah.
It looks like a giant eyeball.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why? I just don't think that. I mean, it had to have flown a long way for it to come all the way up over there.
I don't know how those things stay up. I don't know the technology.
Specifically near a nuclear site. That's where it's a little.
That's what it's really. It's like, do you think it's something, or is this a cover up, or is this just one of those weird things?
Yeah, you never know, right? Because you never know. Is this China? Maybe it's the U.S.'s weather balloon, and they go, "This is China's weather balloon," and then they kind of get that fear mongering going, and then we're now forced. Man, nobody wants to donate money to the Ukraine. Nobody wants to go to war to China. People want to work and they want to go home.
Yeah.
Enough.
Yeah.
Enough. Stop it. All right, silly behavior.
I just want to ride on the weather balloon. If I'm being honest,
that'd be like
it's 11 miles high in the sky.
Are you serious?
It's 11 miles high in the sky.
That'd be like James of the Giant Peach just hanging.
Yeah, it's 60,000 feet in the air. The average airplane cruising altitude is like 27 to 30,000.
Wow.
So it's like twice as high as an airplane. That's why, because at first the government was like, we can't shoot it down. It's dangerous. And I'm like, what are you fucking talking about?
What does that even mean?
You shot down that fucking plane over Pennsylvania for 9/11.
All right.
That's a fact. Isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
They had to do it.
I thought it was like on some other shit that you were coming at.
No,
man.
they did.
You break out a tinfoil hat and be like, let's get this going. I go, this is not how I wanted this podcast to go.
I'm saying if they wanted to, they could take it out of the air. But apparently what I was reading was that, like, in the past, countries have attempted to, if a balloon comes into their territory, to, like, shoot it down. And they haven't been able to do it. Like, for some reason, bullets are ineffective. I don't know why, but they claim that it's hard to do. They claim it's hard to do. And then they go, and it's a really bad look to be like, we can't shoot down this weather balloon. So that's why they're just letting it rock.
It's
apparently.
It's a Chinese food delivery service.
Yeah, Uber Eats is breaking out balloons, hot air balloons.
Yeah, they fired out of the sky. It lands. There's lo mein. All right. Anything else you want to bring up?
No, I got to get out of here. I'm sorry. We got to cut this.
Fine.
Yeah,
totally understandable. All right. What do you got to push?
I will be in Tampa, Florida at Muggs on Saturday, February 25th. Check that out if you're down there. I'd like to fill that up. That'll be a fun show.
Oh, yeah. Should be a good time.
Yeah, going down there.
All right.
I got other local dates on my Instagram. Follow me at dennisrooney7 and www.dennisrooney.com for all my dates.
Thank you guys to everyone who came out to the Grizzly Pear. It was a fun show. Good times. Extremely cold, but we had a good time with that. February 9th through the 11th, I will be in Sacramento, California with Akash Singh. I'll also be in Miami March 9th through 11th as well. I'm going to be in LA from the 12th to the 19th. So if you are in LA or listen to the podcast, let me know. I'll have some show dates for that coming up. And then on the 24th, 25th, and 26th, 24th, I'll be in Royersford. No, not Pottstown, Pennsylvania at Soul Joel's. 25th, I'll be in Pittsburgh. 26th, I'll be in Cleveland, doing a little run of shows with my buddy Alingon Mitra. So
all over the place.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's the game plan. And thank you guys for following. You know how it is. Clips every day, all day. KCA. I just want to say this real quick. If you liked any part of this podcast, please rate, review, and subscribe. All those things help out.
Yeah.
And seek us out, baby. And if you hated anything on this podcast, it's called City of Rats. Come find us.
Yeah. Come at us. City of Rats.